can we cut it, or does it need to be one take?
What's going on, people? Welcome back to Trackster's YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a good week so far. Today we've got something a little bit different for you. We are heading to the east of England in a place called Cambridge, where we're going to be capturing one of Great Britain's top 1500 metre and mile talents, Callum Elson. Callum is the recently crowned British 1 mile road champion. He's heading out to Riga in Latvia soon for the World Championships, and we are very lucky that we're able to catch his training today. Big shout out to the sponsors of this video, Soar Running. Thank you for your ongoing support. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, and we wouldn't be able to have access to your professional athlete in Callum without your support. Click the link in the description to check out the range of Soar kit. Honestly, if you speak to anyone that's worn Soar, or you speak to someone like myself that wears Soar regularly, the kit is beyond belief in terms of quality. It's better than anything out on the market, and as a brand, they're just a fantastic group of guys, small team, all working to drive the running industry forward. So we're about 10 minutes away from Callum's workout spot where he does his sessions. Today he's going to be doing a fartlek, and he's also going to do some hills on the end, so we're super excited to get into that and see what it's all about. Thanks a lot for the continued support to Trackster. There's a lot going on at the moment behind the scenes. If you're new here, please do like and subscribe. We've got a lot of featured athletes coming up on the channel, and everything is go right now in Trackster.
I'm Callum Elson. I'm a middle distance athlete from the UK. Here we are, and sponsored by Soar Running. Yeah, so the last couple of years I've had quite like a rise, quite an improvement. I've represented GB a couple of times over cross country, at Eurocross and World Cross, both in the relay teams. And then in a couple of weeks I'll be representing GB over the road mile in Riga at the World Road Champs. So yeah, I've made a fair few teams, not quite the teams I want to really make, like the end goal yet, which is obviously like the big glitzy sort of track middle distance. But yeah, it's all steps in the right direction.
And where are we today and what are we doing?
Yeah, we're in Hobson's Park, which is, I didn't even know honestly the name of this park until I sent you guys the directions, but this is about 2 miles from my house. It's a nice kind of trail road loop type thing, I would say. And I've got a fartlek, so I've got 6 sets of 2 minutes on and 3 minutes float, so 30 minutes of work in total. And then I've got 6 times 100 metre hills, which, as you'll see, the hill is a bridge, because in Cambridge there's no hills, but yeah, it should be decent.
Obviously this last season you've made a big jump in the 1500 metres, from 340 down to 335. That 335 race was behind an Olympian.
Yeah.
And in your Instagram bio it says pretending to be a pro runner.
Yeah.
Talk to me behind what the message behind that really means.
I think it's a bit of tongue-in-cheek. It's a mixture of a lot of things. It's like, one thing is I'm trying to act like a pro runner for myself, in terms of like all the little things that I view a professional doing, or that when you watch videos similar to this, you see like, oh, they're doing this mobility, eating this stuff, doing that. I'm trying to like be as professional as I can. But then similarly, it's a tongue-in-cheek play on like the content I put out is way more than the average or like the elite pro runner will. They'll fulfill their brand deals. They'll kind of put things out here and there and let their running do the talking. Whereas because I've come from it from a bit of an untraditional angle, I'm putting out content maybe on more of a content creator or influencer side of things. So it kind of is a meet in the middle of like, pretending to be a pro, as in like, I come to the start lines, people are like, this guy like kind of just puts stuff on Instagram, who really is he? And now the performances are starting to match the kind of stuff I'm doing, so it bridges that gap quite nicely. And of course, one day I'll be able to change the bio, right? You know, professional runner, but who knows? What are you going to be wearing today from the Soar range in the session? Yeah, so forgive me on the names of this. You might have to put on the screen what the official names are. These are the track pants, but I just say like, if my government's like, oh, you're going to wear trackies, I'm like, I'm wearing the trackies. So I think these are called like the track pants or run pants, something like that. Track jacket, run jacket. Basically, this is a warm-up tracksuit, as you can see. This is basically what I wear, and as you can see, I've accidentally matched the eco tee really nicely there, which for a non-fashionable guy, that's pretty good. Underneath, when you see me run, I'll have the speed shorts on, which are like their super thin, streamlined, hot weather, kind of like half tight. Basically strips back everything. You don't need pockets, you don't need anything. It's just run as fast as possible without being naked, basically. And then if the top stays on, this is an eco tee, which they do in loads of different colours. I think Lloyd might even have one on himself. Super thin t-shirt that is really easy to either warm up in or do a session in. You don't really feel like you're wearing it. So yeah, it's pretty good. Everything we're doing now in training is like over and under work. So it's like slightly under what race pace will be. So like when I do the hills at the end, that'll be faster than I'm going to try and run my mile. But equally, I need to have the strength to be there to use the sprint finish at the end. So this is kind of building throughout the winter, a non-specific sort of session. And you put all your training on social media, like weekly summaries, which I think is a really nice touch for people to look at, you know, what someone of your level is doing. Can you, for anyone that hasn't seen your stuff, can you give us an idea of what a general week of training will look like now, leading up to the race in a few weeks' time? Yeah, so I'm pretty traditional in like what I'd call like the American style of training. So I do Tuesday, Friday sessions. So Tuesday I'll have a longer session with the group, pretty religiously, we'll always do that. If it's in the summer, we'll be on the track. If it's sort of winter time, we'll be on the roads, sometimes on the grass. And that will be kind of longer reps at generally slightly slower paces, although the group does get carried away quite a lot. And then Friday, I'll have things that are a bit more individualized or specific to me. So if I need hills, if I need some really specific 1500 meter pace work, or things that kind of are more about my individual running rather than just being fitter or stronger. And then all the other days in between that are just primarily single or double easy days of running. Try and get kind of 9 or 10 miles of volume in on each of those days. And then Saturday or Sunday, I'll have a long run. Every sort of 2 or 3 weeks, the long run will be modified. So I'll have like a progression or some sort of like tempo efforts or sort of marathon pace efforts, just to kind of get some more of the aerobic stimulus. And yeah, volume's not that high, 65, 70 miles, something like that. Floats will start a bit quicker, like 5:25 maybe.
Yeah.
That's pretty excessive. It's a 1 mile loop, so every set should be about a lap.
Nice.
Maybe a bit less.
Yeah.
Just run at 5-minute miling, it'd be easier, but because you're going between picking it up into 4:45 and then trying to settle and find 5:30, a lot more thinking required, you know? I always find the key on the floats, for me personally, is when I hit lap, keep it rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
If you just ease off.
I can feel you start to pick up towards the end of the float. Oh, towards the end of the rep as well.
Yeah.
And then you just like ease down.
It's nice on the flow when your legs start coming back, which for me is normally after about a minute and a half when we get over there. My legs are like, okay, ready for another rep.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like taking a little bit to get them going. It's the best cross-country prep you can do. Constant pace changes.
Yeah. Moves.
No rest.
Yeah.
Last hard rep, then a float, then some hills.
The hills you just attack them,
Yeah, they run themselves pretty much. It's easier with a bike and company.
Yeah.
And I told you at the start of the session what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure this bridge is why I won the British Road trials, genuinely, because like every week since I got back from my little track break, I've had hills here, and like this is almost the same gradient, albeit a bit longer than the bridge, and I felt so confident at the bottom of the bridge to be like, right, just spank it, because like I've been spanking these hills. Like those 20-second ones there, I'm doing at like 4-minute mile pace, so it's like, you know, pretty nifty like pace. But when I've had like the 40-second ones, if I did it at that pace, I'd genuinely die, like my hamstrings burning so much. Good session. That's like 40, including all the jogging and the downhills, it's like 43 minutes at 5:38, 5:39. So no, it's good sesh.
7.3 miles in total as well. So
Yeah, good. So it'll be a big day. It'll be like 12-mile day, 13-mile day.
Callum, you finished now, mate. You're just about to do your cool down. How did the workout go? It looked like a hot one out there.
Yeah, no, it was good. The weather's been perfect, to be fair. Like a nice bit of sun. I wish I brought my sunglasses, but yeah, no wind. It was good. I was pretty bang on with the paces. I was like 4:44 to 4:46 for the ons. So like basically around the goal. And then the floats were faster than I should have been. I was kind of like 5:25, 5:30 for the floats. So no, it felt good. Nice to have company with someone on the bike compared to doing it by myself. So yeah, decent.
And in terms of the hills, do you do these regularly in training?
Yeah, hills are like a pretty staple over the winter. We have all different kinds of variations. I mean, thanks to you guys coming down, I was supposed to have a full hill session actually, so I managed to get out of that because I said I needed something a bit more bike friendly. But yeah, I do all sorts of hills kind of up to a duration of, I had a 4-minute hill last week that I did at the end of a session, but these were just sort of 20-second ones, hitting them pretty hard, like 4-minute mile pace, 4:02-minute mile pace. Just like good biomechanics, generally good strength work, and work the lungs a bit after a bit more of a tempo style main session.
Nice one, Callum. So we're going to go and do a cool down, and then we'll get some bite to eat, right?
Yeah, we'll try our best.
What's your favourite colour?
Blue, maybe? Yellow? Not yellow, it's definitely not yellow. I just said Leeds colours then.